Everybody knows what to do when the markets are down. You buy, you buy, you buy low, you sell high. That's what everybody says. But what do you do when the markets are high? Do you do nothing? I think this is a very important question that I'm going to answer for you here today. So tune on in, guys, and let's get right into it. Now, guys, I'm sure you've seen the markets. The markets are on fire in 2025. If you bought any of the stocks during the downturn of this year so far, guess what? You'd be up. And we're only 2% away from all-time highs, which means the S&P 500 is up 10% from the bottom. Now, guess what? House prices have also jumped 6% on average this year. 6% of Gen Zs think stocks and houses are way too expensive to buy. And you know what? They're not wrong. But waiting for a crash is a trap. Remember that, guys. Since 1970, stocks have grown on an average of 10 to 11% per year, which means if you did not put your money in, you are missing out on millions. Look at this investment of $10,000 into VOO. If you invested in 1970, by 2025, it would have been $3 million. But while you waited, you would have got nothing. I know many people who've been waiting for a crash. And guess what? The crash that you think is coming is not going to come. And even if it comes, you use that opportunity to buy. No need to time the market. Real estate prices are kind of the exact same. $27,000 to $50,000 houses are now worth $500,000. Remember that, guys. Do not time this market. If you want to invest smart and you want to be really good with what you're doing, you want a dollar cost average. This means putting $25 a month into VOO for a 10% return and investing to indexes. Again, none of this is financial advice, but you could invest into VNQ, which is just a real estate fund that has just dividends. And guess what? Then you avoid landlords. But you could also just buy real estate. When you invest into ETF, you're taking a lot of risk away. And this is what I don't think people understand. When you're investing into 500 of the biggest USA companies, what is the chance that all the 500 biggest companies are going to fail? Very unlikely. There's high chances that a single company could fail. Of one competitive advantage from a different company could take them out of business. However, all 500 of the biggest companies, man, if you were truly thinking that that could happen, you mean to think and you mean to tell me that the entire USA stock market is going to be garbage. So what I'm telling you to do is, if you believe that the USA, the Canada, that these countries are going to be strong 10 years from now, invest into the market. If you don't plan to see the USA on the global map in 10 years, then yes, you should definitely not invest. But guess what? If you're wrong and 10 years flies by, you're going to wish you invested, because you'd probably be twice to triple times your money that you would have invested in during that period of time. You have to remember, guys, if the stock market crash happens that wipes away everything, we got a lot bigger worries than how much money you've lost. And a lot of people need to understand this. The same thing with real estate. Now, how do you actually invest into this stuff? I'll tell you. If you can afford dollar cost averaging, if you can afford the house, then get it. It doesn't matter what price you buy it as if you bought it $50,000 over or $50,000 under. I'll tell you why. If you can afford it comfortably and not have to actually go into foreclosure, not have to pick your money because you're dying in debt, then you will be just fine. And that's what you should do. Because think of it like this. Let me ask you a question. Do you believe that the real estate market that you're in will be more expensive or less expensive in 10 to 15 years from now? Okay, exactly. I 100% think 100% of the people listening to this truly do believe 10 years from now, no matter what downturn, houses will be more expensive. So why would you bet on the opposite? I'm not telling you to rush into real estate. What I'm telling you to do is be smart. And when you can afford a place, when you can afford to pay the mortgage and hopefully get a renter in that could cover your mortgage, but even if not, you can still pay it, that's when you should invest into real estate. You should invest into stocks at all times. Investing into stocks never hurts. You could do global indexes if you are too worried about one country. However, if you just go to VOO, Apple is everywhere in the world. Samsung is everywhere in the world. All right. And that's not even a USA company. But guess what? Dell is everywhere. Nvidia is everywhere. Everybody are using their CPUs and GPUs. You got to understand that looking for the wrong thing, like a reason for a market crash, will always be there. But if you scare yourself enough not to invest, you're just doing yourself a disservice. So this was just a quick video wanting to tell you this. And I'm going to quickly just show you one other thing. If you invest $25 a month into VOO, $100 a month, even better, you can be a millionaire by the time you retire. It's very easy. I have a lot of videos showing this already with compound interest, but don't be afraid. Just invest, and invest in a position where it makes you comfortable. You're not going to be losing money, and you're not going to be worried about where your next paycheck is going to go. As long as you can do that, it's time to invest, guys. See you pretty much in the markets.